Well, if your farm was anything like mine, at the end of the season, the grain auger just got kind of parked along the row of the bins and forgotten about until it was needed again. But the staff here at AGI, grain handling manufacturers, say that grain auger needs some love too, and it should get the same kind of maintenance that any other farm machine or implement will get. Otherwise, it could let you down at exactly the wrong time.
Well, really, it comes down to a few different things. And again, it goes back to treating any type of grain handling equipment, whether it's augers or conveyors, treat it like you would a other piece of equipment on the farm. Whether it's a combine or a half ton or a swather, you're always doing maintenance. And grain handling equipment is no different. And looking after it, making sure that it's greased properly, making sure that it's looked after as far as cleaned out, and as far as any type of grain that could be hung up in there, or anything that's rotten or spoiled. Again, comes back to general maintenance, keeping it clean and making sure that it's well greased and well maintained.
All right, Dexter, now AGI here at Ag in Motion 2023 has a few new products to show producers as well.
We do. We not only have new products, but we've got enhanced older products that we've made some changes to. When we look at our Auger lineup on the MKX2 and the X2, we've made some nice changes there, to not only make the auger more efficient, but also to allow the grower or the farmer the opportunity to do, like you said, more clean out and allow that auger to last longer. So essentially, what I referenced earlier was our wash station here, and that's an area where we can hook up a garden hose, and between the water running through plus a scraper, we have a scraper on the bottom and a scraper up top as well. And what that does is that allows the anything on the back side of the belt to be cleaned off, whether it's canola meal, whether it's fertilizer.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff can get hung up under there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so that's a real nice feature, and that's something our competitors don't offer. That's something that's very unique to AGI, and having that, the ability to hook on and be able to wash that belt and clean it up, that not only extends the life of the belt, but extends the life of the conveyor as well. We've standardized some different parts on our augers, and if you look where the cable is, there's trussing at the top, but there's also a cable that runs on either side of our swing augers. And what we've done with those brackets is that we've essentially made them universal, so they can be used on either side. So no more mixing up of the left hand or the right hand brackets. And that's a real benefit for our assemblers when you're putting these augers together. It's a big project.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not something that's just easily done. So being able to standardize a lot of the parts and components that go into it, right, just make it easier. A couple other things, we offer steerable axles. So not only do we have a cylinder at the bottom, but that allows us to steer the axles. And really what that does is allows the grower to maneuver this in a tight scenario.
Because you're getting to the size of an auger, you can't just manhandle anymore.
No, these are up to 125 feet long.
Yeah. And
so it's not something that's just easily towed around a yard. So having a steerable axle not only allows you to maneuver it easily down the road, but also in those real tight scenarios, it allows you to be able to turn that auger and get it into those hooked, tight bin yards.
Just hook to standard tractor hydraulics, and you would just
absolutely
do it that way.
Yeah. So this is where some of the fundamental changes have been made. that I referenced earlier. And what we've done is we've added a clean outdoor to this auger. So we've got one clean outdoor on this side, one on that side. And as I mentioned before, these are really nice to be able to get any excess product that gets hung up, get it out of the auger. And again, that door's been extended all the way to the end of the auger right here. So you can actually get in, and if there's any additional kernels or whatever, they can just be swept right out. So again, that's key. You look at the overall boot. This is our AR flighting, which is essentially what that is doubled up as far as size and gauge.
That looks like it's about a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And really what we're doing there is we have that type of flighting on the critical wear points of our products. So specifically looking here, this is where the grain is really can get a bit of a bottleneck, or most of the grain is flowing through here when it comes through not only the swing but is dropped into the tube. That's a real critical wear point, and we want to make sure that flighting lasts a long time.
Older producers must take notice of that thickness. I mean,
Yeah.
we're looking at a generation ago that would have just been sheet metal.
Absolutely, and you just look at the technology, or the advancements in technology in the last 10 years, let alone the last 30 years, when it comes to grain augers. Yeah, it might seem simple. Grain goes in the bottom, comes out the top, but there's a lot more to it than that. And when you look at something like a swing tube like this, that's operated by a remote control. Those things 30 years ago just didn't exist. So we're pretty excited to be able to offer products like that in the marketplace, where it's a pretty easy sell. We're trying to save time. We're trying to create efficiency. And really what this does is it gets the grain out of the truck faster and into the bin faster, and allows that farmer to get back to the field with an empty truck. And,
yeah, guys are spending a lot of money on grain carts and bigger combines to improve efficiency, but
absolutely,
the auger is also a point to improve efficiency as well.
Oh, absolutely. And that's really what it all comes down to, is as a farmer, how do I get the grain out of my truck faster and into the bin, get the bin loaded, and get back to the field to get that next load. And that's really, from a simplicity standpoint, that's what we're trying to do.